guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here and you're just joining us, please do hit the subscribe button. Please do like, comment and share. Thank you for joining us today. It is nice to have you here. I decided to play Mbira. So this is called Mbira in my culture, and it is originally from, I can't really say from Zimbabwe, because when you read about it somehow on the history, Mbira was also founded in Mozambique and in Zimbabwe, also in other regions of Africa. So I guess it is just an African instrument, more popular in my country, I would say. It was founded in my country, in Bulawayo, and that's where they started the first school. They first started teaching children how to play it in Bulawayo by Chiwoneso's father. Yeah, so don't want to really go down deep into the Mbira history, but I love this instrument. The reason why I was playing it is because today I'm going to be talking about mental health, in a topic that isn't really popular with us, Africans. This is like, we always look at such topics and think, oh, this belongs to the European people. This kind of topics, this kind of sicknesses, African people don't get sick from such things. I've heard people say this, oh no, African people don't get cancer, African people don't get corona, African people don't get mentally sick. Guys, why do we always tend to take things lightly? So yes, today I want to discuss this because it has been happening in our communities for generations. I remember growing up, you would hear stories from our neighbors that their auntie is crazy. We used to call people who were mentally sick crazy. We never gave them a benefit of the doubt or try to understand really where they are coming from or where they are going, what exactly is happening to them. But we always considered them and looked at them crazy because she acted different from us. If somebody acted different from the normal, if she maybe had eating disorder, or she couldn't deal with stress, there are other people that couldn't deal with stress. It's just sometimes too much for a person to take. We are all different people and we deal with stress differently. And I know a lot of people who have suffered depression, heartbreaks, and at the end of the day it evolves and translates into something different, something that you didn't expect, or something that people didn't expect. And because we didn't have awareness, we were not aware what mental sickness was and what mental health is in any case. These are the reasons why the stigma became too much. People nowadays actually even prefer to accept HIV and AIDS more easily, more better, faster than they would accept someone who is mentally ill. Because then, honestly speaking, people who were mentally ill in my country, we were just used to call them crazy. We never understood what really it was. So illness. So I did Google. So I have a book here. I have some notes, because it's also not like I learned this at school. In African communities, we don't talk about mental health, not in the sense that it is a thing, or that we actually make awareness, teach people like we did. So while I was back home, I used to volunteer at an organization where we were teaching people about HIV and AIDS, spreading awareness of what to do, the preventions, the protection, the methods, what can be used, what is safer for both women and men to use to protect themselves. So we used to go around communities teaching people about HIV and AIDS, yeah. And our strongest part in this organization was there was a new ring, a ring that was introduced, and this ring was called this ring actually was called the ring study. It had been a study, and I guess now it has been approved, but I don't know why it's not so popular. This ring was a ring that was for females, that women, just like they take, when you take your family planning tablets, this was also like a family planning method, not exactly family planning method to prevent children, but this was to prevent women from contracting HIV and AIDS. Why was this decided? This was decided because a lot of men in our African communities tend to I don't know how to explain this word, to they have this pull you down syndrome, where women are not considered as the head of the family, so you don't have a say. So if the man comes home and decides today we're going to have sex without a condom, so the women didn't have the power to defend themselves, hence they were more prone to contracting HIV and HIV, the HIV virus, which was not fair for them. So this is why this study ring was started, so that they could give women another form or another means of self-protection without the man knowing. This ring, you could insert it inside the woman like a tampon and push it right inside, and this ring carried liquid, and this liquid was, I don't know what, the ARVs inside or something like this. This would prevent the disease from the women from catching the HIV virus. How? Because these liquids will was going to slowly give medicine. So when it's inside, it will last for 30 days inside the woman's body, and just then after 30 days, then the medicine is finished. So for 30 days it will slowly release this this liquid form that was inside this ring. So when the man came home drunk and suddenly forces you to sleep with them, then you will, as a woman, will already be protected. And did the men feel this? No, the men didn't feel this. Okay, so what is my point? My point is, I wish we had some awareness organizations, some groups that would teach our young people today about mental health, groups that would take it upon them as part of their duty to spread awareness, to go around. We used to go around with these cards, just like these roadshows. This is exactly what we used to do, spread the word. We would have meetings with the youth, young people, make them aware. Can you imagine what a better the world we would have tomorrow if we are all aware of the diseases surrounding us, the viruses surrounding us. These are things that need to be taught the young kids, the young children, the youths, because they are the future of tomorrow. So this is why I am here today to talk about it. So growing up, I didn't know anything about mental health. I would say I just started knowing about it recently, just because we go through stuff. Gosh, wow, this year and 2020 has been so hard on everybody that you realize that yes, you're strong, but sometimes you're not strong enough. Your strong cannot be compared to to the kind of things that you've gone through. In any case, sometimes you're just weak, and sometimes you don't want to get out of bed. Sometimes you hate yourself. Sometimes you have low self-esteem. Sometimes you lose confidence. Sometimes you just hate yourself. Sometimes you look at your body in the mirror and you don't like what you see. You look at your face in the mirror, you don't like what you see. You look at your hair, you don't like what you see. As women, as men, also, we have so many insecurities. We have so many reasons why we would not want to wake up in the morning. We have so many reasons, a million. I could list a million things why we could just wake up and feel low, just wake up and feel sad. But then what happens is the problem is not feeling that way. The problem is, what does this do to you? It's if it's a continuous process where you go through the same things every day for months, for weeks. You are feeling the same way. You're feeling sad all the time, or you're feeling low, you're depressed, and all these things. These at the reason why it is so dangerous to let it go on is because at the end of the day, people end up taking drugs because they're trying to erase all those thoughts in their heads, because it's getting too much for them. You can't move on. People crave. Sometimes you would just crave to be happy. You just crave to not feel this pain that you will be feeling at this time. So what do usually people do? Then they run for the better alternative, which is not the best, and then they will take drugs, take alcohol, or even end up being addicts of so many other things. And the worst case scenario is suicide. Most of these people who fight and struggle with mental health end up dying, killing themselves, committing suicide, which is not a nice topic to talk about in any way. But my point is, we need to be aware of what is mental health, what are the signs and symptoms. So I did a little bit research and I discovered just a few things. What is mental illness? So there are two differences. There is mental health and mental illness. Mental health is the well-being. Mental health, it is the positive mental health, the well-being, that you can cope with normal stress. You are of stresses of life. You can work productively. You're fruitful. You can contribute positively to your community. You can deal with social emotional things. Your well-being is at a normal state, which means you are mentally healthy. You don't have any problems. You're not struggling. Of course, you have stresses here and there, but you can deal with them. This is a mentally stable person. This is a mentally healthy person. But what then is mental illness? Mental illness, it is called mental health, or mental health disorders. It refers to a wide range of mental health conditions. For example, disorders that affect your mood, thinking, behavior. Examples of mental health illnesses include depression, bipolar, anxiety, schizophrenia, eating disorders, addictive behaviors, panic disorders, post-traumatic stress disorders, personality disorders, obsessive compulsive disorders, and all these things. So it is important that we can spot the difference. This can spot the changes in our lives. If you are a normal person, always jovial, and then suddenly you have mood swings, you're sad and all these things, you're depressed, and you need to see if there's a change that has happened. What is causing these things? What is causing your mood swings? Okay, women, we are complicated in any way, but that is not the case. Yes, we are complicated, but then we are also people with feelings, so we go through a lot of highs and lows in our lives. So we need to see it, we need to not be a inconsiderate world. We need to not be ignorant of our friends and family. You need to realize it when someone is not the same anymore. If the person who is your cousin, your friend, or your neighbor, whatsoever, and then think about it. You wake up, the same person you've been waking up every day and seeing for the past 1 year, 2 years. You suddenly don't see this person every day, and maybe you don't hear from them, or you don't hear text. You ask yourself. We need to be a community of people who care about each other. That if somebody is suddenly quiet, you ask yourself, why? What is wrong? Try and reach out, especially in these difficult times, because we don't know what people may be going through. People go through a lot of stuff. We go through a lot of changes in our lives, in our world, and it takes a toll on us as a people. It takes a toll on you individually. It doesn't matter what it is. Sometimes a relationship, just a breakup, can push you into a certain state, or sometimes just losing your job can push you into this depression, or just losing a child, or there's so many factors that influence mental illness. Let's be aware, and let's be considerate of our sisters, of our brothers, of our neighbors, of our friends, of our people on our WhatsApp. You have 200 or 300 or 400 or 500 contacts, but you talk to 2 people on your WhatsApp every day. You should be asking yourself, what happened to the rest? If those people are not communicating with you, try. If you try and you see that you fail to get through to them, then you can safely say that I tried. At least I tried. I tried to say hello a couple of times. I tried to call a couple of times, but people sometimes don't. People change. So it's then you can safely say that it's not in your hands anymore. Then you can't blame yourself. But then it is always good to spread love, is kindness in these tough times. Let's not be selfish and ignorant of our friends and families. Guys, we do suffer from a lot of things, but then it's not what you do when you fall, it's what you do when you get up. Are you able to pull yourself up, smile, and tell yourself that, girl, stand up. Those positive affirmations that you are strong, you are kind, you are worthy. Get up, you're a go-getter. Go out there and conquer the world. Even in my worst, in my lows, I always get up. I always try and tell myself that I know it's hard, baby girl, but you're stronger. I know the mirror says otherwise, but girl, you're beautiful. I know your WhatsApp messages say otherwise. You don't have anybody texting you, but girl, you're kind. You're loving. You're worthy. You're strong. You can do it. Get up, girl. Even if sometimes, I swear, sometimes I would just lay in my bed, and sometimes you can feel it. If you can feel this feeling just creeping to you, and you just know, oh gosh, yeah, today is not gonna be a good day. You just feel it, and you just know that, yeah, today is one of those days. Why am I talking about this, guys? It's because I'm human, and I want you to understand that I have also mental health problems, but I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else. I'm not better than anybody else, but I always just try and get up. It's not easy, but you need to surround yourself with people that care about you. Surround yourself with people that will pick you up on your low days when you say, I'm not good. You need close people that will tell you it is fine. People that won't question you, what is wrong, what happened. Sometimes you just don't want to talk. You don't want to start narrating your whole life story to anybody, to say, I'm suffering from mental illness, or I'm depressed, or I'm going through this. And sometimes you just don't want to talk. You just want encouragement. You just need love. You just need somebody who will tell you it's okay. You will get through it. Don't worry. Tomorrow is bright, you know. So this is it for me today, guys, on this mental health issue. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay kind. You are worthy, you are smart. Go out there and conquer the world. Bye.